Dear students, now let us consider one more interesting example question. This had been there in one of the multiple choice exams, MCQ, in the form of MCQ, although I have written in this fashion. SN1 reaction is more preferred by among these four ABCD. Which one will take place as per SN1 mechanism? For that you should be knowing actually what is SN1 and SN2. Very simple part. Still I will explain in haste. If we consider example like methyl bromide, ethyl bromide, and action of aqueous solution of KOH on it, boiling is also a condition. Free OH minus ions from this KOH, it can be NaOH also. Carbon bromine bond, as we know, polar, delta negative, delta positive. The free OH minus ions, since bromine is delta negative and it will go out in the form of Br minus ions, strong nucleophile OH minus attacks the alpha carbon, delta positive. To avoid the repulsion, this will not attack from same side, but it will attack the carbon from the side opposite to which bromine is attached, means it will attack from this side, and the moment this lone pair forms a bond pair, it goes out. If this takes place in one step, then the product what we get is plus the bromine which goes out with the electron pair. So, one stronger nucleophile has attacked this alpha carbon and bromine goes out in the form of nucleophile. Stronger nucleophile replaces weaker nucleophile, and this takes place in one step, simultaneous attack of one nucleophile and removal of another nucleophile in one step. Nucleophilic substitution, therefore SN, is labeled as SN1 reaction. One stands for kinetics actually, that is not part of our study at this juncture. I will not mix it here, but still one this is simultaneous attack. OH minus attacks the carbon and bromine leaves in one step. This comes under what we call as, this is SN reaction, just now I had told you, but this comes under what we call as SN2, not SN1, this is SN2. 2 stands for kinetics, because rate of this reaction depends on concentration of substrate, main reactant, and also concentration of attacking nucleophile KOH, means OH minus comes from KOH. Rate of the reaction depends on both, and therefore, the concentration of both decide the rate of the reaction, therefore, the 2. But in SN2, attack from opposite side and simultaneously one step reaction, means breaking of the old bond and formation of the new bond is simultaneous, that comes under what we call as SN2. This is SN2. Now, alkyl halide, just I will change the alkyl halide, instead of methyl bromide, if it is tertiary butyl bromide, carbon actually sp3 109 angle, although I have written in this fashion, actual overlapping of carbon with carbon, CS3, isn't it? Although I have written here in short form, methyl groups, 3 methyl groups, tertiary butyl bromide. Now, when tertiary butyl bromide This is alpha carbon. Functional group is attached to the carbon, that is alpha carbon, and these three are beta actually. OH minus from KOH. Now it cannot attack from opposite side because it has to attack this carbon. For that, it has to overcome, means it has to push these three methyl groups which have overlapped on this carbon, alpha carbon, means the bulky nature or the steric hindrance for this attacking nucleophile makes it difficult. The attack of OH minus ion from opposite side is difficult here because of bulky nature of this group. And the same side attack is not possible because outgoing bromine is negative, it goes out in the form of nucleophile, and attacking OH minus ion is also a nucleophile, there will be repulsion. So, opposite side attack is not possible because of the steric hindrance, the path is blocked, bulky nature, and same side attack is not possible, like in the earlier case also methyl bromide, because of repulsion between similar charge, outgoing nucleophile and incoming nucleophile. So, how the reaction can take place? In this case, in this specific case, since water is used, aqueous, and because of plus I effect of 3 methyl groups, normally bromine is more electronegative, it pulls the electron density, and plus I effect of 3 methyl groups. Normally in other cases, what happens is that the lost electron density is compensated by the plus I effect of methyl groups. Here actually bromine has capacity to pull more because of plus I effect of 3 methyl groups. Electron density at this carbon, alpha carbon, has increased. So, available electron density is more, therefore, bromine pulls more, and therefore, because of 3 methyl groups, this carbon bromine bond becomes more polar, and in presence of polar solvent water, aqueous solution of KOH, we have used free OH minus ions in aqueous solution. Heterolytic breaking of this carbon bromine bond takes place, giving rise to this tertiary butyl carbonium ion. Now, tertiary butyl carbonium ion can be attacked by OH minus ions because carbonium ion has a planar structure, and now OH minus ion can attack from both sides. If the suppose that the plane is the plane of the blackboard, OH minus can attack from this side or from the opposite side, or if the plane of the carbonium ion, if it is this, OH minus can attack the carbonium ion from this side or from the opposite side, both side attack. But the difference what we have considered earlier was one step reaction. First, the breaking of carbon bromine and attack of OH minus, breaking and formation was simultaneous, that was SN2 example. Here first breaking, unless carbon bromine bond does not break to give carbonium ion, and this is tertiary carbonium ion, more stable, OH minus ion cannot attack. This is two step reaction. This is two step reaction. This is SN reaction because bromine goes out in the form of nucleophile Br minus, and OH minus attacks the carbon. So, ultimately the reaction is same, one nucleophile, strong nucleophile has replaced weak nucleophile, but earlier case it was simultaneous, one step, breaking and formation. Here first breaking, and it is possible here because carbon bromine is more polar and polar solvent, the two factors collective result in heterolysis giving rise to carbonium ion. Now, OH minus can attack and producing the product, both type of products. I will write one, producing tertiary butyl bromide. This is an example of what we call as SN1 reaction. This is a two step process. This one stands for kinetics actually, because the rate of this reaction depends on concentration of this. So, it has different meaning, but SN1 is a two-step reaction, first breaking then attack. So, this base, if it is known to us, it helps to understand the this question gives me a chance to explain the easy thing in little bit detail. Now, I will switch over directly to the question. Now, once you are done with what is SN1 and SN2, SN2 earlier we have considered one step and SN1 just we have covered two step, first breaking then attack. So, for SN1, if it is bulky, it goes through first heterolysis then attack. First breaking gives rise to carbonium ion, and as we know, tertiary carbonium ion is more stable than secondary than primary. Hyperconjugation, we have studied that. And SN2, the first example, methyl bromide, simultaneous attack of the breaking of old bond and formation of new bond. It does not form carbonium ion. So, if those things are in mind and stability of carbonium ion and whatever up till now the theory we have considered resonance, how they are of use, let us see here. Let us consider one by one. This is bond line structure, corner, let me write it here. Let us consider this. This is tertiary butyl chloride 1, 2, 3, 2 chloro 2 methyl propane, and this when reacted with solution, aqueous solution of KOH, boiling, just not only heating, boiling is a common factor that I have not written. Now, again what now I have just explained, the same is applicable here. This will prefer, because this is alpha carbon plus I effect, free OH minus ion from KOH, I will write it here. This cannot attack this alpha carbon from opposite side, although this is polar, delta negative, delta positive. Chlorine is more electronegative, slight shifting, partial charges, we have covered it. And opposite side is also, the attack from opposite side is also not possible. Same thing what now I have just explained. First breaking, carbonium ion formation, then attack, means this will prefer SN1 reaction. This first one will prefer SN1 reaction. Okay. Now, we will switch over to the second part. SN1 means, one stands for kinetics, do not mix with mechanism. It is a two-step mechanism, first breaking, then attack of OH minus ions. For that, the alkyl halide should be bulky, it can be any other case. Here we are focusing on alkyl halide, and first heterolysis, the requirement for heterolysis, polar solvent, polar bond, then in two steps it will take place, SN1. What about this? Now, let us consider this B, option B, carbon 1, 2, 3. This is N-propyl chloride, 1 chloropropane IUPAC. This when reacted with aqueous solution of KOH means free OH minus ions from KOH, aqueous solution. In water, KOH will be present in the form of K plus and free OH minus ions. This is alpha carbon. Carbon chlorine bond is polar as usual, delta negative charge on chlorine, delta positive on carbon. Now, this can attack from opposite side. It is not that bulky as in case of tertiary carbon atom, 3 methyl groups were attached earlier case. So, opposite side attack, the moment this attacks and the chlorine goes out in the form of Cl minus ions, giving rise to alcohol, and chlorine goes out in the form of Cl minus ions. So, this is nothing but simultaneous one step means SN2 reaction mechanism. The rate depends on both the species and therefore it is 2, but the mechanism is one step, and because opposite side attack is possible here, this is SN2 for this. Now, I will switch over to the option C option. It is chlorobenzene. It is chlorobenzene. Just now we have covered this will take place as per SN1, this one will be SN2. In case of chlorobenzene, actually, nucleophilic substitution reaction this carbon halogen atom, here it is chlorine, which is directly attached to carbon of aromatic ring. Nucleophilic reactions are very difficult. Same thing I have written it. Because one nucleophile attacks this carbon and this goes out, and especially if this is chlorine or any other halogen, carbon chlorine bond is very strong. Why it is strong? The first reason, this carbon is sp2 hybridized, percentage S character more than sp3. Up till now, what we have considered the examples, they were sp3 hybridized. sp2 contains more percentage S character, 33%. Secondly, it is part of aromatic ring. And thirdly, 3 lone pairs on chlorine, and this lone pair, if it gets shared here, the pi bond will get transferred here, and then the various resonating forms during the part of resonance in our theoretical part, plus R and minus R, aniline we might have considered, phenol, similarly chlorine. So, because of the various resonating forms, so electron density in the ring increases. So, chlorine, the electron density of chlorine is part of resonance, various resonating forms in chlorobenzene. All the various resonating forms I will not show separately, that part we have covered. You can go back, the examples were different. Aniline, similar pattern, the lone pair forms a shared pair, and this pi goes to this carbon and the various resonating forms, ortho-para directing. Because of the electron density increases in the ring, therefore, plus R positive resonance. Because of that, this carbon chlorine bond has double bond character because of plus R effect, and therefore carbon chlorine bond becomes very strong, and such a strong carbon chlorine bond, SN reactions are very difficult. It is not that they will not take place, they do take place to a very small extent, only under what we call as drastic conditions. So, if we compare the other options, this option for us, no SN reaction or SN reaction SN2 only under drastic condition, because as compared to carbon chlorine bond in other cases, this carbon chlorine bond is more strong because of resonance, because of sp2 hybridized carbon, and therefore SN reactions are very difficult. So, SN reaction, no SN reaction, or we can say very difficult. Now, let us switch over to this. Now, up till now what we have considered, from that one logic gets developed automatically in our mind, that primary alkyl halide halogen atom, if it is attached to primary carbon atom, it will follow SN2. Halogen which is attached to tertiary carbon atom, it will follow SN1. Halogen if it is attached to secondary, there is a competition between SN1 and SN2 depending on the conditions, polar, solvent, temperature, but it can follow both. Halogen if it is attached directly to aromatic carbon, SN reaction very difficult. To a very small extent, drastic conditions, SN2 will take place. SN1 is just not possible. Now we will switch here. Here in this case, benzyl chloride, chlorine is attached to carbon, aliphatic carbon. This is primary alkyl halide that way. This is primary carbon atom. Chlorine is attached to primary carbon atom, and this carbon is attached to aromatic ring. So, by following the logic up till now what we have studied, one should feel that this reaction should take place as per SN2, one step opposite side attack. But this reaction also follows SN1. Even though halogen is attached to primary carbon atom, we expect this reaction to take place as per this pattern, opposite side attack, one step. But actually this reaction follows what we have studied here, this pattern. Why, how? Let us consider. There is a competition between both, but one is more preferred. The SN1 path is more preferred. The reason is not difficult, because we have considered, we have studied resonance and stability and various other factors. This benzyl chloride, let me write it here in this fashion, benzyl chloride. Reacted with KOH, aqueous solution, and we expect that OH minus ion should attack the carbon and halogen should go. That possibility is there, but the other possibility is very fast, and therefore it is preferred. Heterolysis of this takes place even though the halogen is attached to primary carbon atom, giving rise to primary carbonium ion. Let me write it here. Heterolysis of this carbon chlorine bond gives rise to carbonium ion, empty orbital, planar, that I will not repeat. And this primary carbonium ion, which is directly attached to aromatic ring, here it is phenyl ring, gets stabilized because of resonance. Let me show. If this pi bond gets shifted here, it will give rise to positive charge. Now this pi bond gets shifted here, the positive charge will come here. Then this pi bond will get shifted. I will not write that separately. The part is up till now we have discussed the resonance. Just I will give a clue and then I will move ahead. So this primary carbonium ion gets stabilized because of resonance. This pi will move here, positive charge will come here, and then again. So there are 4 resonating forms. Considering the resonating form of benzene, it can be 5. So there are various resonating forms. So this primary carbonium ion, because of heterolytic breaking, first breaking, is stabilized by resonance, and stability because of resonance is a major factor, and therefore this will follow SN1 reaction, in which first breaking and then attack of OH minus ion, free OH minus ion. Although the carbonium ion after heterolysis is primary carbonium ion. So there are out of 4 ABCD, 2 follow SN1, 1 the primary primary carbon atom follows SN2, and here SN reactions are difficult. Among the 2, again among the 2, this also follows SN1, but the tertiary carbonium ion, which is stable, the stability of tertiary carbonium ion we have explained on the basis of hyperconjugation, and stability of this carbonium ion, benzyl carbonium ion, is explained on the basis of resonance. Resonance is a powerful effect than hyperconjugation, and therefore among the order, this will be, means this reaction prefers SN1 more. So, which among these will prefer SN1 more? Number 1 for this, number 2 for this. Least, therefore, among the 4, 3, and here the SN reaction is very difficult. Therefore, in the order for the question, it will become 4. So, among the ABCD, we should choose that option D, then it will be A, then it will be B, and lastly. So, this is how resonance, hyperconjugation and whatever various effects we have studied can be of use to solve various types of MCQs. Without the basic study of resonance, the mechanism, and for that the required theory, basic hybridization, we cannot solve MCQs. This was one interesting example. Let us now switch over to another interesting example.